there. My name's Bob, and
My name is Virginia Fuller. I am an immigrant, been in the U.S. for more than 34 years, and I am a proud immigrant. I am saddened by what I see happening to the U.S. Constitution. Many immigrants came to the U.S. to seek and enjoy in the freedom that our Constitution affords us. And as a Christian, I am totally opposed to this HHS mandate that the Obamacare demands of Christians and in particular Roman Catholics.
Well, I wonder if you're an immigrant. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from the Netherlands. I was trained in the Netherlands as a registered nurse, and I worked here in the U.S. Primarily as a pediatric nurse for the first 15 years. And at one time, I even went into business for myself when I discovered that there was a need to care for children that had suffered severe trauma due to vehicle accidents, or children that were born with lots of medical conditions and required extended care in an intensive care unit.
Right. So you said you're saddened by what you find going on in the country right now. It saddens you what's happening here.
Yeah, the fact that our Constitution, in particular the First Amendment, grants us the right of the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. It also grants us freedom of religion, and therefore if we have a rogue government that continuously tramples on the U.S. Constitution, therefore violating our civil rights, then we as a people have to rise up and vote them out of office. And too many times as a minority, I have experienced that the laws that are being implemented and so-called done in the name of fairness are not fair at all. They simply deny a large segment of the population the freedom to exercise their religion according to the tenets of that religion.
It's wonderful, and especially being an immigrant. I'd like to see people who this country, who are citizens, stand up the way you have, and many of us have. But we should have all 300 million plus Americans standing up against this, rogue government, as you say, R-O-G-U-E.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that Bush administration. Anyway, I want to go on to some other questions. What would you like the audience to take away from or be inspired by some event people will watch?
We should be proud and inspired to know that we're not alone. That as long as we obey the law, we have the right to petition our government. And this government, the way our founding fathers have set it up, they are not independent from we the people. They are accountable to we the people. And so we are here to show support to each other, knowing that if we band together, we can defeat a government who basically wants to go the wrong way, against our right, against the U.S. Constitution, and we want to tell them no, we will not allow you because you represent us. America is not a democracy, it is a republic, which means you are accountable as my representative to we the people. And I think many people that were here today understand that, and I think they are invigorated to go out and encourage their fellow citizens to stand up for the life of unborn children, for the right of the Catholics and Christian community, because you cannot run a government without a conscience. Just like you go to the doctor for treatment, the doctor cannot just look at the sore on your toe. He has to examine everything about it to find out the origin. And if you take a conscience away from the people in a society, you're gonna be left with a society that doesn't respect liberty, freedom, and in particular, it doesn't respect life. And we have, as Christians, been too quiet far too long to have allowed those with an agenda and funding through our tax dollars to have snuffed out the life of more than 50 million unborn American citizens.
Right.
So I am delighted every time when I see a young child. I am happy that that's a mother that did not abort the child, and that child will grow up to be a contributing member of a healthy society with conscience, compassion. Compassion doesn't mean I'll keep you down so that I can give you a handout. That's not the compassion we want.
Right.
Give us individual freedom, individual liberty, and you will see as a people, we already are compassionate. We are always the first one at the front line when there is a disaster, even if it's not here in America. Americans are very generous and loving, Christ-worshiping people, and that's what we want to protect.
Being a pediatric nurse, and this I'm sure you see too. I've seen children they have a right to life.
Yes.
That they use abortion sometimes it's right. Parents obviously have rights too. I think it's right to offer the country.
We should not support abortion with our tax dollars. Our laws already have given us that option. That the federal government shall not support abortion with taxpayers' money. So again, a government that does not respect its people is basically a dictatorship, and that is not what America is, not according to our Constitution. So therefore, I am here to say that I am against what the Obama administration is doing, and all this dictatorial privileges he awards himself by executive order. We the people are watching, and come November, we will make an intelligent decision when we walk into the voting booth.
I found it disruptive. What did he do to earn it? I mean,
and the funny thing is that the decision to award the Nobel Peace Prize at the time that he was awarded that had happened more than 2 months before he was even elected. So
what's going on?
Yeah. So obviously money talks, or some individuals and groups in this world order have an agenda, and they think they can bamboozle everybody into believing that there is equality and justice in their plan.
It's a form of Obama talks the talk, but he doesn't walk the walk.
And of course, he's hoping that many of those people, they're not alert. They're blindly, because he says it and he's the Messiah, people will believe it. But too many of us are too intelligent, and we are also Christians that are willing to stand up and speak the truth.
Right. What do you think brought us to this crisis point? I mean, how did we get here? Where did we get wrong? Or was the crisis something that was wrong in years?
It has been growing for far too long, and we all have a busy lifestyle. We can't stop and say, I don't think this is right. And so slowly but surely, people get elected into office. He appoints individuals into office that don't uphold the Constitution, don't have the same Christian values, and unfortunately, all of a sudden, you wake up and you ask yourself, what happened? Where was I all this time? Well, you were present. You just weren't paying attention. So now that this Obamacare mandate is being forced on the citizens, please wake up. Alert your fellow Americans, your neighbors, your friends, your family. Let them know all the details that we had to pass before we would find out what's in the bill, so that you can be very well informed and make an informed decision when you go voting. Just because Obama is a black man doesn't mean he has your best interest at heart. And I, in particular, want to tell the black community, if you consider that we make up only 3% of the general population. When I say 3%, I'm referring to 3% of the black community that can have babies, which means women of childbearing age. It's only about 3%. Yet, the black community produces more than 40% of the abortions committed here in the U.S. 40% since Roe v. Wade that has produced this. That means we have killed more blacks than are currently alive, which is we make about 12% of the population of 300 million people. Just figure. So we're about 20 million blacks.
Well, there's about 30 million black people. No, there's no excuse.
There is no excuse.
Whatever organization they're involved with, it just seems like black people.
Right.
You have a lot of
Oh yes. Yeah.
I don't think they're
And the black women are misinformed if they believe that all they want is their freedom. The Constitution affords you the freedom, but it doesn't afford you the freedom to snuff out the life of another human being. If only black people could understand that and realize that you're killing your own offspring at the rate that you're doing it now, you will not live to have you're going to be an endangered species. And if there are laws to protect a bird or some critter, you should be up in arms that so many of your own babies are killed.
Well, one of the most horrible words in English language, I say sorry. Okay, but I say my eyes are open. That's terrible. It's general. I think that's obvious. And evidently, like we heard today, that's been China. Sometimes it's just the way to do it. So things all the bottom line is Bob
people should always be for. Remember, God created this world.
Natural law.
And God gave us dominion over everything else. And it's funny, the irony of it is, many on the left that want to dismiss our religion and deny the existence of a higher power, a creator. They're the very same people that want to play God. You know, they take God away out of the public square, out of public schools, and then they turn around and say, but we are going to tell you how you should take care of the earth, how we're going to protect some endangered species, some lizard, even at the cost of the livelihood of people that have always lived on that land.
Or throw the HHS mandate on the basis without giving us any say at all.
Right.
Right, we want to speak up on it.
Right.
We have to do this.
You're so right. You're so right.
Any final last words? Where do we go?
Well, we all have to do our part. I'm doing my part because I got encouraged by bad experiences to run for office. And I want everybody to help in my campaign. Even if you don't have money to give, even if you don't have money to give, you can help. You can do phone banking. You can volunteer to do precinct walking. You can encourage others that are able to give financial support to donate to my campaign. You can encourage others to come and also sign up as volunteer. We don't need money to win because it's the people that will go to the voting booth and vote. So the larger our grassroots base is, the better our chances are of beating a 38-year incumbent who prides himself as having sponsored this Obamacare mandate. So go to my website, fullerforcongress.org, and let us know how you can help my campaign. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.